Let's talk about the Chiefs offering JuJu Smith-Schuster a deal, but the Patriots had a noticeably richer offer. A couple more high-profile free agents getting signed, Frank Clark in rare fashion on Twitter, and more. But first, how about those? All right, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Yes, I don't have my jacket on in the intro and outro of this video, and that's because as soon as I was about to export this video, it's 10 p.m. right now, I saw the news about Orlando Brown Jr. Signing a 4-year deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. So we're going to get to that at the end of the video. But before we do, let's recap all the signings that happened today. There were quite a bit. Defensive tackle Khalen Saunders did sign a 3-year deal worth up to $14.5 million today with the New Orleans Saints, getting his bag and moving on to the land of beads and Mardi Gras. I don't know. I've never been there, but he goes there and getting his bag. I'm very happy for him. Khalen sent out this heartfelt message to the Kingdom today saying, "Kingdom, got a message for y'all before I dip out. Took me all day to figure out how to say what I needed to and fit it on one post, getting the graphic together, so forgive me and give me a few more minutes. However, I'll just say I have 2 simple words: forever grateful." Then he released the graphic, which I'm not going to read it all because it's quite a bit, but I will leave a link to it in the description down below, as well as a link to buy tickets to my pre-draft event here in Kansas City. That's right, I'm going big the night before the draft by hosting a private event at Boulevard Brewery in KCMO on Wednesday, April 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. I went ahead and rented out the rec deck to celebrate the Chiefs Super Bowl win, the channel hitting 100K subs, which we did today. Freaking incredible. And also to celebrate the fact that the draft is in Kansas City. Tickets are $50 to get in plus ticket fees, and that price includes beer on tap, other drinks, of course, a barbecue dinner, giveaways, and a chance to hang out as a community in a really awesome environment. There are only 150 spots allowed for this event and only 40 spots left. So make sure you get a spot if you want to go by checking out the link in the description or going to register.hbtchiefs.com to get a ticket before they run out. All right, another big free agency signing today that happened earlier. Again, I covered this in more detail in another video, but it was JuJu Smith-Schuster, the Chiefs wide receiver one last season. He signed a 3-year, $33 million deal with the New England Patriots. His deal appears to have a base value of $25.5 million, including $16 million guaranteed. So right after the Raiders signed former Patriots receiver Jakobi Meyers to a 3-year, $33 million deal, the Patriots then turn around and offer JuJu a very similar deal, to which Jakobi took to Twitter and said, "Cold world, LOL." And hey, I agree, Jakobi, get your coat. It's a very cold one out there, especially in a cutthroat business like the NFL. Anyway, most of us thought, I'm sure the Chiefs offered JuJu something, but the Patriots simply offered something better. And according to Sam McDowell of the KC Star, that seems exactly how it went down. Listen to this. Sam said the Chiefs would have liked to bring JuJu Smith-Schuster back and presented him an actual offer, I'm told, but the New England total package was noticeably richer. Notice those keywords. It was the most financial security or a return to KC. He got his first real payday. So whatever the Chiefs offered JuJu, the Patriots offer was, quote, noticeably richer, meaning the Chiefs either offered him less years, less money, less guarantees, a bit of all three. I have no idea, but it's a bit surprising they weren't even close to matching a 3-year deal worth $11 million average per year. Very odd. Maybe they have another wide receiver in mind. I'll talk about another potential that I would like to see. I'm very high on personally in a video maybe tomorrow, but I digress about all that because what's done is done, and I wish JuJu Smith-Schuster nothing but the best. And after the signing, JuJu did take to Twitter with a message for the Kingdom saying, "Thank you to Kansas City for giving me the opportunity to come in and contribute to a Super Bowl, the most unforgettable experience of my life. I will always love my teammates, the coaching staff, and the fans for being so great to me." All right, next up, Frank Clark took to Twitter today to say a few things of his own. Apparently, he needed to get some things off his chest, and I would presume some of it, at least, had to do with the recent signing of former 49ers defensive end Charles Omenihu, his apparent replacement. So maybe Frank was a bit in his feelings. Maybe he felt the need to clear the air, or maybe it was a bit of both. Anyway, he basically hopped on Twitter, sent out these 4 tweets all in a row, then dipped out. And here's what he said: "Men lie, women lie, numbers don't." Then Wasn't even cleared to play football after that pinched nerve in my neck in 2019. I flew back from seeing the doc in LA and told the Chiefs I would finish the season while telling the world we would win the Super Bowl. Next, he said, Busters tried to bury and tarnish my name and history, but we stood tall. How you expect to lead 70 plus men when you can't be honest and a stand-up guy to yourself? Last tweet, the only person that can replace Frank Clark is Frank Clark. Who you think they ask and watch? So yeah, there you have it, directly from the thumbs of Frank Clark himself, a man who typically stays away from Twitter and other online social media apps, but he had some things to say here, and honestly, I can't blame him for possibly being upset and, wishing he could stay with the Chiefs in Kansas City, and I do wish he could have worked things out. But Frank is still forever a Chief in my book, and if he wants to take to Twitter to feel the need to, clear the air or maybe hold it down for himself and his name, I don't really blame him because he doesn't do it very often. So I am fine with letting that man cook on his Twitter profile, wishing him the best as well. And then former Chiefs safety. This just happened tonight. He is the latest high-profile free agent from the Chiefs that goes off the board, officially signing with the Cleveland Stains. Yes, the Cleveland Browns. Tom Pelissero tweeted out, two-time Super Bowl winner Juan Thornhill agreed to terms with the Browns on a 3-year, $21 million contract with $14 million fully guaranteed at signing over the first 2 years per sources. Thornhill started 52 games for the Chiefs, a big addition for Cleveland. And this is something I saw coming, not necessarily Juan signing with the Browns, but him going to another team on a decent deal, not thinking the Chiefs would opt to sign him when they just drafted Brian Cook and will probably hit another in the draft again this year with Thornhill gone. But hey, I am happy for the guy. Thornhill was the Chiefs' 63rd overall pick of the 2019 NFL draft, and ironically, his first ever career interception in the NFL was that season, Week 6 against the Texans, when he picked off Massage Watson himself. Oh, the irony. However, later that season, he tore his left ACL and struggled to return to form in 2020, but he did bounce back in 2021 and then, of course, played a role in the Chiefs' 2022 Super Bowl run. Nice. And with that, the two-time Super Bowl champion got his bag and is on his way to Cleveland. And shortly after this happened, Juan tweeted out a Brown and an eyeball emoji followed by dog pound. What up, baby? Let's go. So yeah, a lot of changes happening. And then something else that you guys need to know. This just happened this evening. Field Yates tweeted out that the Chiefs have converted $12 million of Patrick Mahomes' 2023 roster bonus into a signing bonus, creating $9.6 million in cap space per source. More flexibility for the champs during free agency, and Matt Derrick brought a little clarity here with a follow-up tweet. That's only about 1/3 of Patrick Mahomes' $34.4 million roster bonus, creates $9.6 million of space while adding $2.4 million in dead cap over the next 5 years. Small drop in the bucket and doesn't create issues for reworking his deal in the future. The Chiefs continue to freaking win with Patrick Mahomes' contract, especially as you look around the league at all the other ludicrous contracts that are going on right now. I mean, look at Daniel Jones' contract. God bless a freak in America. Anyway, I just found that noteworthy and interesting because it was reported earlier that in order for the Chiefs to even make any more moves after the few that they've made just recently, they needed to restructure, free up cap space from other players' contracts, and it looks like they did that via a little bit of Patrick Mahomes' hefty $500 million contract. All right, and then again, right before I was going to export this video, I saw from Tom Pelissero and everybody else reporting on it, sources, 4-time Pro Bowl tackle and Super Bowl champ Orlando Brown Jr. is finalizing a 4-year, $64 million front-loaded deal with the Bengals that includes an over $31 million signing bonus. That is a lot. Largest ever for an O-lineman. And then Ian Rappaport said in Orlando Brown's new 4-year deal with the Bengals, he gets 67.87% of the $64 million fully guaranteed, with $42.3 million through year 2 and $49.9 million through year 3. By that point, he'll be ready for the next deal. So after the Chiefs opted not to tag him and then obviously decided to go in a different direction with Jawan Taylor, who possibly will be playing left tackle, but we'll see what happens in the draft and elsewhere in the rest of free agency. But Orlando Brown Jr. did appear on NFL Network today and said negotiations are going good so far in free agency. And some people were like, well, negotiations with who? Well, it was with a rival in the Bengals. Now, is this deal that he took with the Bengals better than what the Chiefs offered Orlando last year? They offered him a 6-year, $139 million contract, which was $23.16 million average per year. But supposedly the last year had a lot piled on at the end there to bring up the average. There wasn't a lot of guarantees there at the end. Is 4 years, $64 million, or 6-year, $139 million. And we don't really know the details of what the Chiefs offered at the end of the day last year. Is Orlando getting less now? Possibly so, but it seems like this is the best deal he could get, all things considered. And he does get quite a bit up front and quite a big signing bonus. So ultimately, man, the Chiefs made a swing, grabbing Orlando, having him play left tackle. It worked out long enough for the Chiefs to get a ring, and they're moving on. I am happy for Orlando. I mean, just like every other player, they're going out there, they're doing their best, they're getting a bag. Could he have gotten more if he stayed with the Chiefs? Sure, but ultimately, it didn't work out. The Chiefs decided to go a different direction, and Orlando inks a 4-year deal with the Bengals. And with all that being said, let me know your thoughts on all of these moves today, from Khalen Saunders to Frank Clark on Twitter, to JuJu Smith-Schuster with the Patriots, and Juan Thornhill going to the Browns. And now, oh my gosh, so much happened in a day. Orlando Brown Jr. signing a deal with the Bengals. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?